Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience. I'm Jen, and this is class 3 of our Get to Know AAC series, How to Motivate. There is a QR code there and a link to this presentation at the bottom left of my slide here, and I will have those up again at the end of the presentation. All right, let's get going. I have a question, as always. Why do I call these Get to Know AAC? Because when you get it, when you get to know AAC, then your child will also get it, will get to know AAC. A little bit about me. I have a single subject teaching credential. I have a master's in special education. I have been an assistive technology specialist for almost 25 years at this point. I am passionate about AAC. I completed a grad certificate program in AAC. And my favorite title is Tech Gen. And I am a proud employee at the Center for Accessible Technology. C4AT, what we do is we work to increase access to technology, to digital spaces, and to technology services. We've been around since the early 80s, and you can learn more at us at this URL, this website. It's also, as you can see, at the bottom of every slide. All right. If you would like to share, we are running a little late, so maybe you want to just share in the chat. If there are languages you speak at home, especially if they are not English or Spanish, how old your AAC learner is, if they have an AAC system, and if so, what is it? And what you want to get out of this meeting. Be aware that this is being recorded, so don't share too much personal information like child name or anything like that. It's great to know you, mucho gusto. Let's get going. What I want you to get, so I want you to get what I want you to get in these classes. Got it. Okay. Is the first class is I can model AAC. That means showing your learner how to talk using AAC. I want you to motivate. That's what today's class is, to help your child to want to do it, this communication thing with AAC.
Which is just,
And then I can move out of the way. So I can help by not helping, by giving them the time and space. Today's lesson, right? What you will get in today's class is how to motivate, how to help them, help your child, help them want to communicate, want to talk. All right. As always, the communication end game is SNUG, which means saying what I want, right? What I want, when I want, how I want, and to whom I want. And here's just a quick little video where she is saying what she wants.
Cópiame. Por favor. ¿Quién?
¿Quién te copió?
Tú.
¿Yo? Está bailando con la rodilla.
So she was saying, copy me. And when her teacher asked who, she said you, and then had her copier. So a quick reminder of what SNUG stands for. That S stands for spontaneous. That means not prompted, that they just said it. That N stands for novel. That means not scripted, right? And it's not that we don't want our children to use scripted communication or prompted communication. Well, of course we do that. But we also want them to be able to say something that's not scripted, not prompted. U stands for utterance. That just means that they actually communicated. And so we want them to start with 2 words, and we want those utterances to grow in length, how many words, and to grow in complexity. And then finally, G is just generation. That means I did it. I made it, right? Yeah, I made it. Now, that could be all on their own, autonomously, or with support. And I say support, not guidance. So that's an important thing. Okay. Got it. I see that some of you have Proloquo, some have touch chat on the Toby. You probably have TD Snap. Great. I'm just checking the chat. All right. A quick word about belief. So it's important that you believe that they can do it, that they can communicate, and believe that they can get to do it more, right? That they can learn to communicate better. And you need to believe that you can help them do it. Those beliefs, this is also called the presumption of competence. And that belief will help them believe in themselves. So that's pretty awesome. All right. Here's a question. How do your students, how do your children, how do your AAC learners communicate with you? Maybe they use spoken words, mouth words. Maybe they use gestures like pointing, or signs like more or help. Maybe they use facial expressions like smiles or frowns. Maybe they use body movements and body position, like running toward what they want or running away from you. Maybe they use their eyes to look at things and let you know that way. They might use sounds, right? All sorts of sounds. And they might use pictures and icons. It's important to know that all of those, anything that's not spoken words, those all fall under AAC actually. Regardless though of how they communicate with you, we want to see it all, right? We want to acknowledge it all, and we want to respond to it all. That will help them learn that communication equals power. That's motivating. Once they realize the power of communication. So that's what we are motivating. It's important because not all, but many students who need AAC, many people who need AAC are often passive participants in their world. Things happen to them, around them, for them, but they don't make things happen themselves, right? So what we want to do is to show them that their communication has meaning, that their attempts can influence their world, can influence what the people in their world do, right? What they do. Again, we want them to come to understand that communication equals power, because that will help them to want to do it, to want to talk. So let's talk about what your child is communicating now. This is a truck. Now, they might be saying truck, but they're also reaching for it. That's a request. But that's not the only function of communication. Maybe there's a truck going down the road and they go, truck, truck, right? They're commenting. Maybe they bring the truck to you. Truck, right? It's a social gambit. Oh, maybe they're saying, no, thank you. They're just pushing that truck away, right? They're refusing or rejecting. Oh, maybe they're going, truck, 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 truck. They're looking for it. Where is it? They're asking a question. Oh, maybe they're responding to your question, right? You're holding out a truck and a bus, and they're like, truck. That's the one they want, truck. Maybe they're trying to share information. They're trying to tell you about a time that involved a truck. Maybe they saw one, maybe they went in one. I don't know. What's important is that we see it all as communication, right? So when they communicate, because they are communicating, for sure, they are communicating. When they communicate, however they communicate, you can do these things. One, acknowledge it, right? You accept their message, no matter how they have communicated it. And then you confirm that you got the message, right? Yeah, you confirm that you got it, even if you then have to say no. And you repeat or rephrase what they communicated. And we'll practice this so you can try it. That rephrasing or repeating what they communicated or what you think they communicated can give them the chance. If that's like, no, right? So you're saying, oh, you're making a face. You don't want this. And you take it away and they're like, ah! Oh, I'm sorry, you want it. Okay. Right? So it's also, this is a very interesting technique. We are very used to asking children questions. What, when, where, how, why? That can be a lot of pressure. Oh my gosh, it's a question. I have to answer it. Instead of asking the question directly, wonder what that does. Think, I wonder if you're hungry. I wonder if you're sleepy. Oh, I wonder if you need to go to the bathroom, right? What that does is that invites communication. It doesn't demand it like a question. And then you follow with a pause. And then you fill in their answer yourself if they don't respond. If you've given them a good time to communicate. So again, we are helping them, right? We're helping them to want to talk. So let's try it, right? So maybe, right, they've done that request, truck. You're saying, you can say, oh, you're grabbing for it. I can see you want it. Oh, yeah, nope, later, later. Right now, we are eating. Yeah, so not now. Or maybe, they're going, truck, truck. And you can be like, oh yeah, I see that truck. It's a big yellow truck. Or maybe they've brought you the truck. Oh,
Mm.
you want to play with me? Okay, yeah, let's play. Let's play. It is my turn. Or maybe they've refused it. Okay, I can see that you are finished playing. All right, let's go for a walk. Sorry, my light was going weird. Oh, I can see that you are looking for it. Where is it? Or maybe you can respond, I wonder, right? There's that use of I wonder what truck you want. Oh, I see you looking at that one. I think that you want that one. All right. Or maybe to share information, say something like, oh, yeah, remember that you got to go in a truck when you were at grandma's. I wonder if you're thinking about that. Again, we are acknowledging what we think they're saying. We are responding to what we think they're saying. And we are giving their communication language to show them the power of communication, right? We are helping them to want to talk. All right, let's try this again. While you're doing that, the way you do this is by looking and listening for what they are doing and also what they are not doing. And that's with their whole body, with their face, with their voice, even if they're not using words. What is their voice doing? Right? Then you're going to give them some feedback. You're going to say what you see and what you hear. And then you're going to say what they might be saying. And then you respond. So these 4 steps: look and listen, say what you see and hear, say what you think they're saying with what they're doing, and then respond to that. All right, that again, we're going to hammer this. We're showing them that communication equals power. So let's try this. So maybe, oh, I see you smiling. I wonder if you like it, right? So, and I could say, I wonder if you like it, or I could just go like it, or I could just go you like, all sorts of different ways. Here's another one. Oh, I see you're reaching for the puzzle, right? I'm seeing their actions, what they're doing. I see you're reaching for that puzzle. I wonder if you want to make it. Oh, yeah. If you want to make it. And as these boxes come up on the screen, I challenge you to point at them, because really that's modeling. We talked about that last class, to get comfortable with modeling. So, yes, if you want to make it, right? Want to make it. Oh, you're frowning. I can see that you don't like this. And you notice that this one says not, but I tapped that when I said don't. And that's okay, right? In the same way that sometimes I will tap this one for see. If these are the only words I have, I'm going to do what I can with those. If I have both look and see, I will use the two words differently. But if this is the only one I have, like I might use I for me or my, because I don't have those other words. Anyway, okay, I can see you don't like this. So let's go get something different. And how about one more? Oh, I heard you go, I think you're trying to get my attention. I wonder if you want some help. So again, that's that. What I see or hear, what I think, and what I wonder. So let's try this again. All right. It is your turn. What do you think? What do you see? What do you think? And what do you wonder? So you think about that for you. I might say, I see you holding your hands and smiling. I think you like painting. I wonder if you should go wash your hands now, right? Or it could be, I wonder what you made, right? You can respond in different ways. So if I wonder what you made, that invites communication without asking, what did you make? Let's try again. I see your mouth going over to the side. I think that you are not sure what to do. I wonder if you want some help. So again, I see or I hear, I think, what do you think they're communicating? And I wonder, instead of asking a question. All right. Oh, I see you bringing your fist up. I think that you want to say hi. I wonder who else you can say hi to. So I see, I think, I wonder. Here are some tips and tricks for some other strategies to motivate communication. sabotage. So sabotage means doing something unexpected. So one example is oops. They're reaching for the green one and you give them the yellow one, right? Or you said you were gonna give them Cheerios and you gave them milk, right? Give them the wrong thing so that they can then communicate something like, right? They will probably communicate it through behavior or through facial expressions, and then you can turn that into language. Like, oops, I did not want to do that. Another example is to do something surprising, like put socks over shoes or put the book upside down. Something that is just, it's again, something wrong, right? Something that's not right, that they will then be motivated, hopefully, to communicate. That's not right. Here's another example that they need more. So maybe you give just one Lego or just one block, or maybe a spoon with no food when they ask for food. Or maybe you just give the water bottle top, but no water bottle, right? So sabotage. The other one is enticing. Enticing just is motivating them to get help to get what they want, right? So they have to get help to get what they want. So maybe the thing they want, they can see it, but it's out of their reach. Or maybe the thing they want, like an example on a high shelf, it's in a container that they can see in because it's a clear container, but it's a closed container, right? You can also do anticipatory activities, like a story that repeats, like brown bear, what do you see? Right? I see a something looking at me. Right? That's those patterns that happen over and over. Then they can start to anticipate what to say. It is very important in these sabotage, especially sabotage and those enticement where they can't get to it. There's a fine line between engaging and frustrating, between tempting and teasing. We don't want them to tip over into frustration because then they will not want to do it, right? And that is not what we want. So we want to help them want to talk. So we can tease them, but we can tempt them, but do not tease them. It's really important. I cannot emphasize this enough. The power of play. Again, just like wonder, the term I wonder takes the pressure off. It's an invitation without an expectation. We want to approach communication with this playful attitude. We want to have fun. We want to be silly, right? We want to engage them. We want them to want to engage with us. We want to do things that make them laugh out loud, right? It's important that when it is too much work, stop for now. It doesn't mean stop forever, but stop for now. It's important to take the pressure off of the AAC learner And it's important to take the pressure off of you. All right? We don't want to trigger your frustration. We don't want to trigger their frustration, because what we want is to keep them and keep you in the AAC game. And so make it playful so they want to keep playing that AAC game. Don't make it frustrating. All right. It is important to remember that you and your child or your student are partners. You are partners in this communication. And so you are working together to create a connection, to form meaning together. In fact, some people would say that communication is the co-creation of meaning. We are working to build understanding. So really, as much as I am emphasizing the AAC, it's not about the AAC. It's about using the AAC to build that connection, to help them understand the connection that communication and language can bring, right? This is a wonderful quote from a wonderful expert in the AAC field, Ahern. She is also the mom of a complex communicator. And I will say this out loud. The real measure of success is not how many words a kid can string together or how many symbols they know. The measure of success is whether they feel understood, right? And the more they can buy into this AAC game, the more that they can start to see the power of language and start to see that communication is power, they will feel more and more understood. So that's our goal. All right, we are about finished with tonight's class. So I want to know what did you get? What will you take from this class? And what do you want to try with your child? And what do you want to know more about? And finally, how can I make these classes better for you? So I will give you a moment to go ahead and write in the chat or put, if you prefer to unmute and say, you are welcome to say.
I will stop the recording.
Okay. So, if you want, but I've got my takeaway.